Welcome back. Rellism Raw, episode 129, part 2. It might just be me. Everybody got a lot of stuff going on. I know I did the past week, so I totally get it. But hey, thank y'all for watching on YouTube, listening on the podcast, checking out our Facebook page at Tommy Runs. Appreciate you, Tommy. Love for the mama. All the love for my mama. And the big board behind me where we place all our stuff. We're gonna see who was right, who was wrong, things like that. First episode was raw with Skilla and with GM Tommy. Appreciate you guys being on. This one right here, we doing week 5 previews, big games, big time storylines, all kinds of stuff. They put out the Golden Age QBs, the last generation, like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and all them. I got comparisons of the current class of QBs to match up with them. We're going to talk about who's legit, who's not. The Eagles still undefeated. When are they going to lose? Are the Texans ever going to win? OBJ's coming back. We got a lot of stuff to talk about on Rellism Sports Talk, where we talk about sports from Hall of Famers to the local talent, which we're about to do a show with the local talent, to the big-time storylines. Yes. So let's just kick it off right there. Week 5. We already talked about what's going to happen. We start with the number 1 team, the Eagles. Only unbeaten team. They got to go play against my Cardinals. The Cardinals. Can they pull the upset? The Cardinals look suspect all the time. So I have no confidence in them at all. But they are playing at home. They're about a week or so away from D-Hop coming back. Hollywood Brown's talking about he's injured. I don't know. I think the Cardinals might start off fast, but I think the Eagles are going to finish it up, just like the Jaguars. Jaguars up 14-0. I know I was like, and then Eagles did what they've been doing. It's crazy. So, Cardinals, I hope y'all can win. You will not be my upset of the week because I don't think you're going to win. But a big game. Big game. Another team I hate. Cowboys, 3-1 after losing Dak. 3-1. Got to go against the Rams, 2-2. The defending Super Bowl champions. It's tough because the Cowboys been rolling. CeeDee Lamb, who I traded in fantasy like an idiot, is starting to step up with this guy. It's like Cooper Rush. He's doing things like that. Why couldn't Dak? I don't want to put no stuff into it, but I hope they don't rush him back. Let Cooper play. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. The Rams, I still say Stafford is hurt. Something's wrong with Stafford. He don't look right. He don't look right at all. Von Miller leaving that defense changed a lot. I wanted the Honey Badger to go there because I thought they needed him. He went to the Saints, and now look. So this is going to be a tough game. I hope the Rams can pull it out because I hate the Cowboys, but if the Cowboys win this game against the Rams and go 4-1, man, it's going to be some stuff for the following week going against the Eagles. I mean, do you start that? Do you keep Cooper? I mean, now that would be the issue. If the Cowboys can beat the Rams, we're going to have some big-time storylines next week. So go Rams. I'm tired of talking about the Cowboys. But contenders and pretenders, I think they're both contenders. Just because the NFC is kind of weak, I think they're both contenders because the NFC West, they're all 2-2. The NFC East, they're big. The Giants are 3-1. Are they real or not? We'll talk about that. Right now, we're going to talk about it. The Giants, 3-1. They play the Packers 3-1. On paper, you say, oh, Giants, they're going to get smashed by the Packers. I don't know. I think we've been saying that for a few weeks in a row now. Are the Giants for real? Are they for real? Saquon's leading the league in rushing. But like I said in the last episode, who else are you scared of? So why is he still able to do these things? I think the coach has a lot to do with it. Switching up some things. Richie James Jr. If you don't know that name in fantasy, scoop him up now. Kadarius Toney's not going to play now. If you have extra bench spots, Kadarius Toney is a difference maker. Pick him up now. Kenny Golladay, if you got Kenny Golladay on your roster, drop him, please. Drop him. Drop him. Giants defense is doing good. They crushed me last week in fantasy. But I think with Green Bay, with those two stud running backs and the knowledge of Aaron Rodgers, the Hall of Famer, he still got Lazard, he got Cobb, people that he trusts. But seeing Romeo Doubs come out and do some things, it could get scary. I think the Green Bay is progressing. I didn't think they would progress this fast. It looks like Aaron Rodgers has shut his mouth, stopped crying to the media, and he's actually trying to work with these guys because he knows he has to have them to win. And one Super Bowl for Aaron Rodgers would be a huge detriment. I don't care how you get it. I mean, look at Peyton Manning, his second Super Bowl. Von Miller did all the work, really. He didn't do nothing. But he got 2. And every time you look at the stats, he got 2. Eli Manning, I'm not even going to argue about his Hall of Fame. He'll make it because he beat Tom Brady twice. He got 2. Aaron Rodgers has to get 2. So you need to suck it up a little bit, dude, and get with these young receivers. Figure out some things. Show that you can do this. Show that you can lead these young guys. You know what I mean? So we'll see. It's a big game. I think Green Bay needs it. If Green Bay has to win. If Green Bay loses this game at home to a Giants team that nobody thought was going to be 3-1, that's tough. Because all I think about is that playoff game with Eli Manning as a wild card, going in there and winning in Lambeau Field and then ultimately winning the Super Bowl. That could have been another ring for you, Aaron Rodgers. Don't blow it right here, even though I hope you do. So then we look at another 3-1 team. Excuse me. The Miami Dolphins. Miami's everybody's little heart team. Everybody loves their team. They're so fast. They're doing this. Tua's thing was scary. And I know people say we're not doctors, whatever. That looked like a brain type thing, concussion, not a back thing. I mean, they can say whatever they want to. They can investigate how they want to. I don't care. I feel bad for the dude. You know what I'm saying? He had, things happen in Alabama, had horrific injuries, whatever. And Miami they beat Buffalo. They gave Buffalo their only loss. They beat the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? Like, Miami was one of those teams that was getting some steam. They were building it up. They lost. Tua got out. 3-1 now. But they're still 3-1. And you got Teddy Two Gloves. You're playing a Jets team. You got quarterback coming back, Wilson. Joe Flacco was doing things, but Wilson came back against the Steelers, did some things. Corey Davis might be his man, which kills me in fantasy anyway. But if Teddy can win this game, because who knows when Tua's coming back? He might come back next week. He might come back in 5 weeks. But if Teddy Two Gloves can win this game and go to 4-1 against a team you should win, a team that I'm still picking to win with you against the Jets, 4-1, you're feeling good with a win over your division rivals in Buffalo. You're starting to feel good with that. So we started looking at the teams. There's a lot of big-time matchups, but then there's some teams that you feel like it's going to be blowouts. So I said, who's my biggest upset chance? We got the Steelers, who's reeling, but they made a move. Keeps boy Pickett. He's playing. Tommy made a valid point on the last episode that Trubisky, they know how to destroy him in practice. I was thinking the other way, like he might know something about them, but that's a very valid point. So we got a rookie Pickett against Buffalo, which the Steelers need to win. They're 1-3, or else they're going to be below 500, like me and Tommy said. or the Raiders, who just got a big win, got their first win over, let's ride, over the Chiefs, playing the Chiefs. We've seen the Chiefs look amazing, but we also saw them lose to the Colts. Who has the best chance to win? If I'm looking at it straight up, I'm going to have to say the Raiders. Only because it's a division game. And in division rivalries, anything can happen. Steelers, I just can't see them winning anything without TJ Watt. You got a rookie quarterback going in Buffalo. The Bills Mafia. I don't think he's ready for that. But he does have a good moxie, though. He's got a good moxie with him. Who needs to win this game more? I can't wait to watch this game. This reminds me of some old school Ravens, Pittsburgh. Them old school rivalry contests, perfect. You know what I'm saying? I want to see some things go on. Bengals, Ravens. Both of them are 2-2. The Bengals started off 0-2, which they shouldn't have. The Ravens have blown 2 leads against Miami and Buffalo. You beat Miami and Buffalo, you be 4-0, and you looking at and Lamar Jackson's like, give me the money. Now you're 2-2, and I'm not putting it on Lamar because he's playing he's trying to get another MVP. He's playing I'm gonna show you why you gonna give me that money, and kudos to him. Kudos to him. I'm just scared about him getting hurt because I think he deserves that money. He's always been counted out. People have always dogged him. They said he's not going to be a quarterback. Same thing with Tebow. But he's a real quarterback. You know what I mean? He can throw the ball. He can wing it. The organization's not giving him any weapons. Just saying. When you think about the teams he called out, the Lions, they got weapons. Miami, they got weapons. The Eagles, they got weapons. Who knows? If Tua, man, wouldn't it be crazy if Tua? I don't even want to talk about that and wish that on him. But the Ravens, y'all better do something to keep him. You better do something. I don't know. I think they just messed up with that. They should have done it a long time ago. But they're both 2-2. It's in the Ravens' place. I think the Bengals have more offensive explosion. You know what I mean? Lamar's got Andrews. I mean, JK's coming back too. The Bengals defense isn't that great. I see a shootout with 2 quarterbacks that I put in my comparison for the Golden Age QBs. That's how big this game is, I think. Especially for the playoffs, especially for the division. I think it's them 2 teams for the division. Cleveland's 2-2 also. They could have been 4-0. But I trust Lamar and I trust Burrow over Brissett and Pickett. I don't think nobody's defense in the division is very amazing, but so the offense has to do it. As far as the biggest contender, most people are going to say the Ravens because of Lamar. I'm going to say the Bengals just because you got to score in this league. And if you look at the AFC, they put up scoring. They put up scoring. Chiefs put it up. You know what I'm saying? The Chargers can if they gets kind of healthy. The Bills, even Miami was putting it up. So I would say the Bengals, win or lose, I think they have the biggest shot to be a contender, win or lose. The next game, since I brought up the Chargers. Chargers and the Browns. Both teams 2-2. That's why these losses that I was talking about before matter so much when you should win. The Chargers, battle tested. Austin Eckler woke from the grave. I mean, he just woke up. Or maybe they're actually giving him the ball. The Browns. I don't know what to say about the Browns. You have blown opportunities to set yourself up so when Watson comes back to push. You have. I don't trust the Browns. Even if the Chargers are not healthy, I don't trust them. I picked them to do big things on the board. But I just feel like the Chargers got a certain moxie coming in. You know what I mean? They're battle tested, especially their quarterback, which we'll get to. I think the Chargers are going to do that and be that team. Contenders and pretenders, I think both are contenders. Even whoever wins, whoever loses. The losers 2 and 3, I think they're still in it. I think they're still in it. My upset of the week, this for you, Shimon. Panthers over 49ers. Panthers over 49ers. I just don't know if the 49ers can score enough points. Panthers' run defense is pretty good. McCaffrey's due for one of these big games. DJ Moore's been, where's DJ Moore at? Hey, Mr. DJ. Are you still playing? Are you still playing? We're getting to a point we'd rather play Robbie Anderson over DJ Moore, and that's pretty bad. Pretty bad. But I got an upset. I don't know why I picked that upset. Just got a weird feeling about it. I ain't put no money on it, though. You know what I mean? So some roundtable stuff. We start talking about the AFC West and all these things. Can the Broncos miss the playoffs? And I say yes. I say yes. The way they are, nothing looks like it's getting better. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. And I thought that the champions, the Super Bowl was going to be NFC West versus AFC West. So the AFC West, Patrick Mahomes is looking like that dude again. And that's why I changed my picks and everything, because I said he's going to prove people wrong without Tyreek Hill. But the NFC West, the Rams losing that game to the 49ers, everybody's 2-2. I have no confidence in none of them at all. Arizona, I don't know what is up. Kyler Murray, I'm losing faith in him. I pushed and pushed for him to get a contract, get his money. You got your best friend, Hollywood Brown, out there. You got the best receiver in football, when healthy, in my opinion, D-Hop. You didn't really address the running game too much, but you got Zach Ertz. You got the number one tight end out in the draft coming in too. Like, I don't understand why the offense is not producing. Maybe it's the offensive line. I'm not sure. 49ers, you got Jimmy G. You kept him. There you go. Every time you get him, he does well. He gets to the playoffs. You're the kryptonite for the Rams. Do I have faith in you to do that? I just can't see it. Even though their defense is showing up, so maybe they are. I did put them in the playoffs. The Rams, Stafford's not healthy. If they lose to Dallas, I hate to say it, they might miss the playoffs. If they lose to Dallas. Just because I think the 49ers would evolve. I know I called them upset or whatever, but you should beat the Panthers. You should. I mean, and Seattle's a great story, beating Russell Wilson, but are we really rolling with them? Really, like? So, NFC West, this is a big week 5 because I think it's going to tell a lot. If the Cardinals can somehow beat the Eagles, I think they place themselves as the favorite in the division. Do I think they win? No. But you are at home. You have talent. If they beat the Eagles, they might be the favorite to win the division. We'll see. Best team in football. Best team in football. I'm gonna save that for last. Miami, can they stay alive for the playoffs? I say yes. I'm looking at their schedule. Teddy Two Gloves can do enough, because with the weapons that he has, just put the ball in their hands. And I think their coach knows how to do that, coming from San Francisco with guys like Tebow. Just put the ball in their hands, and they'll help you win. Their defense is not that bad at all. Gesicki can be okay. He can be serviceable. You know what I mean? Chase Edmonds, Mostert. Mostert ain't hurt yet, so there you go. We'll see. I think Teddy Two Gloves will hold it down. Now, if Tua's out for the year or something, we'll have to come back to the discussion. We'll have to see. NFC 3-1 teams. We know about the Giants and Packers playing each other, but there's 2 more. The Vikings and the Cowboys. Who am I going to have more faith in? And the craziest thing about this whole thing is, my first thought process was, of course, it's the Vikings. What do you mean? I picked them to win the division. But with the elevation of Green Bay and their wide receivers and everything like that in Detroit, Their offense is scary, doing different things. Even Chicago's 2-2, which is stupid to say that. The Cowboys are 3-1, and they're winning without Dak. If they win this week against the Rams, 4-1, you get Dak back, and the team's confident that defense is playing lights out. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna have to go with the Cowboys because primetime Kirk Cousins. That's rerunville. That ain't primetime. That's reruns. We've seen this story before. We've seen Kirk Cousins. We've seen that. It's crucial. Cowboys, big game, big game. So the surprise 2-2 teams that can any of them keep it going in the NFC? The Bears are 2-2. What? The Falcons are 2-2. What? And the Seahawks are 2-2. Can any of these three teams wish to make the playoffs? I mean, these are great stories. No, they can't. I'm gonna stop talking about it because none of them can. None of them. Nada. But in the AFC, you got the Jags, you got the Browns, you got the Colts. I know they got a tie too, and the Jets. Any of them pushing for the playoffs? I think the Jaguars definitely are because they're pushing for the division win. I think they're pushing for the division straight up. The Browns, who I said could be 4-0. They could have been 4-0, just little dumb things that happen. They can win certain games. Wouldn't have blew it last week. They can get there. Their defense is good enough. That running game with Chubb, you know what I'm saying? Chubb is a beast. Kareem Hunt, beast. You have Amari Cooper, who I can't stand, crybaby. But watch, it's going to be back. Hold it down and be close. I think they have a shot. Colts, you were supposed to be that team. Matt Ryan, you were supposed to come in there. Oh, Wentz, get out of here. You can't beat the Jaguars. Y'all ain't going to beat the Jaguars. I think y'all are done. And the Jets, Milf Hunter, peace out. Tons of offensive weapons. For the Jets. I don't know if I've seen enough of Zach Wilson yet to do it. I just don't trust him either. So I would have to say Jags and Browns. Those are the two that I think that has a chance. All right, 1-3 teams that still have a shot to make the playoffs, in our opinion. NFC, we got the Lions who are 1-3, the Saints who are 1-3, and Washington who's 1-3. We talked about the Lions, right? We talked about the Lions last year, where they didn't have a great record, but they battled teams, and it carried over to this year. It carried over. The Saints, you're missing Jameis Winston. You're getting injuries. Alvin Kamara got hurt. Like Thomas getting hurt. I just don't know if they're going to have enough in them to get there. In that division, they can. I just don't know if they're going to. I think they'll be close. I just don't know. Andy Dalton can hold the shit down. Washington, you're 1-3. The only bad thing is the Giants and the Cowboys are 3-1, and the Eagles are 4-0. So trying to get a wild card in that division is going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. They're going to have to go on some roll. Ryan Robinson and Chase Young. I don't see it. Beginning of the year, I did. Right now, I don't see it. I hate to say that, but I think the Lions are the only team that have a shot, only because of their offense. But I don't think any of the three will have a shot to make the playoffs. In the AFC, two teams are 1-3. Steelers, I've already told y'all what I thought about the Steelers. Below 500, they have no shot. The Raiders, 1-3. If they can win against the Chiefs and give them a loss in the division and them a win, you have to win this game. Or if you don't, you're 1-4, another loss in the division. I think they're done too. So this is a big week for the Raiders. You got to come through with all of it right now. So they pulled out some golden age QBs. In my era, it was perfect because it was Peyton Manning versus Brady. And then you throw in some Rivers in there and some Big Ben. And then you had some Breeze and some Mike Vick. You know what I mean? And I looked at it and I was like, man, that was fun with all these QBs. Fun. But who am I comparing them to now? Because I think the QBs now are official, and I think this is one of the best situations for QBs in a long time. So I started looking at them. I started comparing them to who they are and who am I going to match up with them. So I looked at it and I was like, the obvious first one is Vic, Lamar Jackson. Obviously, I mean, not because they're black, swole, because they run like that. And then we got the Drew Brees. And I don't think this person will ever elevate himself to the stature of Drew Brees. I worry because he's Kyler Murray. Maybe because they're both short. Obviously, Murray can run more than Brees, but Brees can throw it. It's more of the stature and more of the Murray can't throw it too. I just don't know how accurate he is. Brees was pretty accurate. These aren't going to be perfect. Then we get to Rivers. Rivers never won. He got close. He got close a few times. Close. But he was outspoken. And he didn't care. He wears things flashy. Da-da-da. I compared him to Joe Burrow. With the fur. Joe Burrow out here. He got close. He went to the Super Bowl. He got close. I don't think he'll ever get back to the Super Bowl. I really don't. That organization does not give me faith at all. But I think he's outspoken. He'll talk. He'll talk the talk. He'll put up numbers. He'll get close. Just like Phillip Rivers did. But no. Peyton Manning. He's gunslinger, doing things, very knowledgeable. I compared him to Josh Allen. Obviously, Peyton Manning can't run like Josh Allen. But as far as the trigger and the gun, it seems like Josh Allen is very intelligent. When he's at the line, he's like, you know what I mean? Not saying he's Peyton Manning because nobody's Peyton Manning, but I would put them two as a similar. Tom Brady. I hate to say it, but if I had to compare it with our generation quarterbacks, it's Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? He's already a winner. He's been winning. The only time he lost really was to Brady. And he doesn't have the intelligence at the line to dissect things, but he has the ability to make the most unconventional plays that other people can't do. Other people don't have the brain like Brady, but other quarterbacks don't have that little improvise that Patty Cakes does. So, and my last one was Big Ben. Big Ben, he won a couple, whatever. He was around, you know what I mean? I think that's gonna be Justin Herbert. Because Big Ben was tough as nails. He got beat up, slammed, whatever. Herbert right now, what he's dealing with, I think he shows you how tough he is. I think he's showing everybody how tough he is. The game that had happened showed you already, but he's still doing it. And I think the talent that he has and the organization wants to win, I think that eventually he will get one, possibly two like Ben. But I think he's going to be the tough guy, just like Ben Roethlisberger. So that's my comparisons right there. Manning and Allen, Brady and Mahomes, Rivers and Burrow, Big Ben and Herbert, Brees and Murray, Vic and Lamar. Let me know what y'all think about those comparisons. Because I think that's the way the generations go. Big free agent, OBJ. He's about to come back. And all he's doing is watching the games. People in the beginning always talked about going back to the Rams, which he still might because Allen Robinson is where? Where in the world is Allen Robinson? I think it's time to hang it up, Allen Robinson. You should have went to Denver with Melvin Gordon and Russell Wilson and hang it up. He might go back there. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the Bucks, Tom Brady, always recruiting wide receivers, even if they sleeping with his wife or not, being crazy, throwing gummies at his baby's mom and all that stuff. Tom Brady will take a weapon and win a ring. He don't care what you do to his wife. Hypothetically, sorry. Obviously, Dallas, we talked about. And then Coach Dayball said in New York, because we talked about their wide receivers, who's there? Say they'd love to have him back in New York. How crazy would that be going back to New York? It ain't gonna happen. Von Miller and LBJ are friends. He's already said, I want you there. If he goes to the Bills, nothing against Gabriel Davis, but I think we're starting to see that you ain't what we thought you were. You know what I mean? He goes to the Bills, it's going to be just like when he went to the Rams and enhanced everything. Gabriel Davis, Stephon Diggs, OBJ. Just like when Robert Woods went out, Van Jefferson, OBJ, Cooper Kupp, Buffalo, Bills Mafia. I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's what's going to happen. He's going to Buffalo. I really think that's going to happen. My Mets got destroyed. That's what happens when you collapse and don't win the division. Thank y'all for watching on YouTube, listening on the podcast. Sorry, it was just me. But hey, it's going to be just me. I don't care. I'm going to do it by myself, whatever. But here's my Terrell's thought real quick, because I was tired and I might not have even done it either. But then you start thinking, you're like, don't make excuses for not doing something that brings you happiness. Don't make excuses for it. Don't make excuses for not doing things that make you happy. I mean, I look at people like, oh, I work too much. I don't have time to do that now. Or people that want to lose weight. Oh, I don't feel like going to the gym. I had a hard day. I'd rather sit here. You know what I mean? Don't make excuses, because at the end result's going to make you happy. Do it. Doing this show makes me happy. Whether it's with me or any of the fine people that I do it with. Makes me happy, yo. So I like to do it. Things I don't like is wine and freaking animals. I hate them. Except for fish. I like fish. Can't stand animals and wine. Remember, don't make excuses for not doing things that make you happy. Big Dave, stay going, baby. Stay going. Stay going. We're all thinking about you and everything. We love you, man. Rellism Sports Talk, Raw, by myself. Episode 129. Thank y'all. Spread the word, baby. Subscribe. Thank you.